Welcome everyone to Marketing Tips Tuesday with Practicefuel, the 9-step system that will show you everything you need to know to use the internet to grow your practice. My name is Brian Devine, and today we are talking about artificial intelligence. And why are we talking about using artificial intelligence in your practice? Well, it's become this huge buzzword, right? You're hearing about this all the time, and you might be thinking, do I need to know about artificial intelligence? And is this something that should be a part of my practice or my marketing, or how does this all work? Well, this is what's really interesting about artificial intelligence is that you probably, if you're running ads right now, it's probably being used on your ads without you even knowing it. And if you are doing any type of search engine optimization or creating content for your website so that you can get good search results, you're probably paying a company to use artificial intelligence to do that for you. And I wanted to make sure that we took a minute to kind of step back and talk about what artificial intelligence is doing right now to the entire marketing industry and to dental practices, orthodontic practices across the board. And I think I covered just a couple of quick things like content, because artificial intelligence is creating content now that it's pretty darn good. And so you can say, hey, write me an article about Invisalign, write me an article about dental implants, and then you go through and you update it, right? You say, okay, well, I like this, don't like that, and then you can have like a pretty great article done in less than an hour instead of paying somebody hundreds, $200-300 to get a really good article written. So that's just one use. Now, another use, and let me back up, because why would you want an article written about those things? Well, Google is basically saying, in no uncertain terms, they are making it really clear that if you have a website that's like doesn't even have like 30 pages, like 30 pieces of content that that they can kind of go through and figure out what your site is about, they don't take your site very seriously. Well, you might be saying, hey, I'm number one in my search results, and I only have my typical 10 pages or 15 pages, and I don't have a whole lot of content. We don't have a ton of blogs, so that can't be true. But wait. When somebody figures out that you are number one and you don't have the authority building pages that Google basically is saying they want, well, it's not going to take a whole lot for somebody to come and bump you out of that spot. Now, if they bump you out of that spot and the person, people are constantly going to those pages and then leaving, then you're fine, right? Because Google is looking to give people the authority page that they're looking for, and they want to make sure that searchers are getting what they want. So if I were to put up a page that had tons of content and it was really high quality, and I beat you in the search engines, but there's no place for them to contact anybody, and clearly it wasn't an actual orthodontic practice or a dental practice, I'm going to get what's called a bounce. And that's going to hurt search engine results, and eventually I'm going to go away. But if, on the other hand, you were to say, hey, I want to be number one, and right now I'm number 10 or number 5, I'm pretty far down there, then we could probably just start creating a lot of content, putting that on your site, building it, showing Google that you're the authority, and you will move up. And the person that's in the number one spot that isn't doing that is in trouble. And artificial intelligence is making that not only possible, but at scale. So it's not going to cost $3,000 a month to do something like that. Normally it would. But now we've got tools. We can start build and create a whole lot of content and do it quickly and very cost effectively, right? So now we're talking about like not even half of that. So that's one way that you could be using artificial intelligence in your practice and your marketing, and you might already be doing it. So I wanted you to be aware that this is the stuff that's happening. So if you are right now like, hey, I am paying for this content and I'm paying $3,000 a month, well, maybe it's time to take a look at what your other options are, because there are now ways to do that more efficiently. But that brings me to the second thing that we talked about at the beginning, which was Google Ads. And even Facebook ads, they're using artificial intelligence to find the right audiences for the ads that you put out. And that means that you can use different softwares and tools and just Google itself and say, this is my ideal patient. This is the person that is perfect for me. And if you wanted to, you could actually take a list of patients. Now, obviously, you have to, do all the HIPAA compliance stuff and take out personal information and take out, you have to be very careful about it. But the concept here is you tell Google, this is my ideal patient, and you give them a ton of those. They go and find basically those people and people that are just like them, and then say, okay, let's show your ad to more people just like this. It is extremely powerful. And again, letting the artificial intelligence do the heavy lifting is working better now than ever before. Even when we were doing what we used to do these really fancy campaigns, and we had, one keyword ad groups. And, that's just a way for us to say this one keyword to this one page created this result. This one keyword to this page created this result. And that was why we were doing it, so that we could really see what was working, what wasn't, so we could turn things on and off and get a great result. Well, now we just say, hey, Google, tell us what's best. And then we use artificial intelligence to also supplement Google and say, okay, well, we know that these across the board are not working, so we're going to remove that from all of your keywords and make your ads even more efficient. And it's incredible. So I just wanted to make sure that we talked about artificial intelligence. We'll probably talk about it again because it is evolving and growing very quickly. So if you're hearing the buzzwords, you're hearing artificial intelligence all over the place, and you're like, what is this all about? That is what it's about for you right now. Now, is that going to change and grow? Probably. However, keep in mind that Google Ads are right now extremely effective using the artificial intelligence that Google is taking advantage of by looking at all of the data points of all of your ideal patients and saying, we can help you find more of those exact types of people. And then the second thing, of course, is content, creating articles that can help you in the search results and doing it at a scale that is not only effective, but lot less expensive. And that is what it is all about, getting a great result at such a fair price that you have a positive return on investment pretty clearly. And it's not, boy, I hope in the next 6 months we get there. Actually, you can probably get there really fast, maybe in 6 weeks or less. So that is what it's all about. I want to make sure you had that in your hot little hands, that you understood what this is all about. And if you have any questions, please let us know. We'd be happy to help over at practicefuel.rocks. That's right, it is .rocks and not .com because I like .rocks. So practicefuel.rocks, you can fill out any of the forms there. We'd be happy to answer any questions you have, help you out in any way that we can. And I hope you found some value in today's video. That's it for me. Bye for now.